Good morning again, Year 3, and welcome to your maths video for today. Now, it is Monday, the 1st of February. I've put the short date here, as you can see, so it's 01.02.2021. Okay, and we've got two learning objectives today, and I know that sounds really confusing, but we're going to be getting all this included today. Now, Miss Dunn's just noticed she has done a spelling mistake. Oh, silly Miss Dunn. Now, what we're going to be doing, we are going to be counting from 0 in multiples of 8, and we are going to be recalling and using multiplication and division facts for the 8 multiplications table. Now, do not watch the rest of this video if you have not watched the times table song on the 8 times table or had a game of hit the button on the 8 times table. So once you've done that, you can continue watching this video, okay? So what we're going to do, this is your sheet for today, all the different activities you're going to be looking at, and I'm going to run through a different way of working out all the different questions, okay, just to help you that little bit more. So are we ready? So we've got this one first of all. Now this is a multiplication wheel, and in this what we're going to do, we are going to be multiplying the different numbers. Now I'm going to do a few as an example for you, and then you can have a go yourself. So I'm going to start with 8 here, so because that's the middle number, and we work outwards. So 8 times 7, 8 times 12, and so on. So I'm going to do 8 times 3. Now, I might not know my 8 times table, and that's fine. We've practiced it a little bit today. You may have you may have written it down. But I really need you just to try so hard with this, because it is a times table that we need to learn. So 8, and I'm going to do times 3 here. Okay, so 8 times 3, so 8, 16, 24. So I'm going to write the answer 24 here. Okay, now I'm going to do another one. 8 times 1. 8 times 1. That's an easy one, isn't it? I'm going to do an 8. Now let's try this one. Now this one is a little bit trickier, so I'm going to use my fingers to help me. Are we ready? So 8 times 8, so 8 lots of 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64. So I'm going to put 64 here. And that's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to fill up that wheel. I've got another one below. Let's have another look. So exactly the same, different numbers. So I'm going to do this one first. 8 times 11. Now I know 8 times 11 is 88. So I'm going to put 88 in there. Now let's mix it up. Let's do this one. 8 multiplied times by 5. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So I'm going to put 40 here. There we go. So filling your multiplication wheel, using this this way of working it out will really help you. Like I said, when you were doing watching the 8 times table video before, if you write down the questions and the answers, it will really help you with this as well. So what I'm going to do now, we've got a couple of questions, and I'm going to run through different ways in which we can work these out, okay? So 40 divided by 8. So we need to see how many times 8 goes into 40. So we can use our fingers to help us. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. So how 40 divided by 8 is 5. Now there's another one, 8 times 7. Whoa, that's a big one, isn't it? Now, there's no point doing grid method for this because it wouldn't really work. So you can use your notes to help you, or you can use your fingers like Miss Dunn would. So 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. So my answer is 56. So like I said, if I go above again, all the way up, you might see some of these types of questions about today. Now, let's have a look at another one. Oh, Miss Dunn loves questions like these. So Miss Dunn has 56 pencils, okay? She sorts them into groups of 8. How many groups of pencils does she have? So what I'm going to do when I'm doing a question like this, I know that I'm sorting them into groups of 8. So I'm going to draw 8 circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 8. Now, these don't look very circle-like, do they? But we'll roll with it, year 3. And now I'm going to sort out 56. So I'm literally going to put 1 in each one, all the way up till I get to 56. Now, it's going to be a long time to do this, but this is one way we can work it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. And I'm going to keep doing this until I've used all 56. So I'm on 16 now. I'm on 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I'm going to carry on doing this. Now I'm on 40. Now I'm on 48. And now I've done my 56. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to count how many. I know that there's an equal amount in each one. So I'm just going to count one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many groups of pencils do I have? I have 7 groups of pencils. There we go. Right, let's look at my last question. So, went a bit crazy then. At weekend, Miss Dunn bought 24 apples. She wanted to share them evenly and equally between 3 horses. I was super kind to these horses, weren't I? How many apples does each horse get? Now, what I can do is I can see how many times 3 goes into 24, or I can do the same method that I did above. So my sharing that way. So I know I've got 3 horses, so I'm not going to draw a horse. I'm not that technical. So I'm going to draw my that's a very funny looking circle, my circles, and I'm going to do red for my apples. Are we ready? So, I'll do a pink instead. It'll come up a bit brighter. So I'm counting out 24. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to carry on doing it. So now I'm on 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Whew. Now let's count how many's in each circle. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my answer is 8. I would give each horse 8 apples. So there we go. I'd give them 8 and I'd write apples. Now, excuse Miss Dunn's writing. It's not the neatest on the computer. There we go, 8 apples. So now, if we look at the questions that I've set you for today, we have looked at some times table ones, some multiplication, we've looked at some division, we've looked at some multiplication wheels, and we've even looked at some word problems. So try your hardest, year 3. Any problems, please just send me a message on Class Dojo and I'll be there as soon as possible. See you soon. Good luck. Bye.